Hello everyone, welcome to Exposition on a nice spring day, finally. I mean, we had spring, and this is 2017. We had spring in February, and then we had 2 more months of, or a month more of winter.
I think we had spring and winter all winter long.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, just couldn't make up its mind. But now I hope it's made up its mind. It's finally staying to spring.
I hope so.
Yeah. Anything going on at the artisan shop?
Just classes, classes, classes. Please tune in to our websites, our Facebook pages, and we just had a blacksmithing class.
I saw that.
Is that crazy?
Yeah. I wish I would have went to that.
Well, they're going to be, I think, once a month.
Oh.
And after you take the beginner class, then you're considered intermediate. I know.
Okay.
It's awesome.
So you feel like burning up some metal and hammering on some things,
There
getting
was
your
a
frustrations
forge.
out.
Yes, yes, and they were hammering metal. It was wild.
I like metalworking.
Yes, it was awesome.
A little bit, it ups that danger. Well, maybe not. I don't know. With the woodworking, where you got saws and cutting things,
Yes.
you play with fire when you're doing metal.
Yes, but you have to wear goggles and gloves, and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do we have on today?
We have Trenton Smith and Nathaniel Thomas, and they are of Crome Yellow, and that's a new company they've formed together, and it's all about turning books into art and pages of books into art, and they both have extensive artistic backgrounds, and we will have to hear all about it.
Okay, welcome guys.
Hey.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
why don't each of you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what your background is, and your
first
artistic
off,
background.
I'm from Gallipolis, born and raised, born at Holzer. Grew up playing sports, all that. It was real fun. And then started getting into art as I got older. Started doing music, started doing sketches, and a little bit of painting here and there. So it all kind of came in together when we started doing this Crome Yellow thing. So
you're kind of a sketchy musician.
Mm-hmm, pretty much.
How did you come up with the name Crome Yellow?
He came up with it first.
Yeah, it's just one of my favorite authors' name is Aldous Huxley. He wrote Brave New World. It's a classic, and he also has a book called Crome Yellow, and so he basically named it after that to give homage to him. That's why a lot of people get confused. It's not C-H-R-O-M-E,
right.
Just C-R-O-M-E, because that's after the book, not just, you know.
What was the book about?
I don't know. I haven't read it.
Okay. I thought maybe there was a deeper reason or something.
No, I've read a good bit of Huxley, but that one just fit the aesthetic to what we were doing, just the name of it. I'm going to read it.
What does he write?
He writes everything from essays, a lot of essays on humanity and morality, and then he also writes a lot of fiction, like science fiction, but like dystopian novels as well as utopian novels, like the novel Island. But yeah, he's one of the greatest writers of his generation by far.
Okay. How about a little bit about yourself, your background?
Well, I went to school. My whole life I've liked playing the ukulele since, like, I don't know, 7 years, something like that. I don't know, 6 years. And so once I started playing that instrument, I started writing music, and then from there I just started writing and started reading more, which, you know, makes you want to write more. And I've drawn since I was little and painted and all that. So, you know, just normal artsy stuff.
What drew you to a ukulele?
I don't know.
That's not your general rock star kind of thing.
No, it's not. It's well, I don't know. It's just.
Was there a particular artist that you liked?
No, I just seen some videos on YouTube of people playing ukulele when I was little, and it just seemed easy. And it actually is really easy to play the ukulele.
It came very easily.
I mean,
didn't it?
yeah. But I think I would tell anyone that if they're going to play an instrument, the ukulele is like the easiest instrument you can learn.
And you're going to teach ukulele possibly at the shop and studio, right?
If you get some people who want to sign up for it, yeah, I'll teach them how to.
That'd be great.
Throw a few chords their way.
Do some blues ukulele or something.
I know like one blues riff, but
Okay.
it's not common on the ukulele, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen blues mandolin, which was a different thing.
Oh my.
Very
That
cool.
is different.
So tell us what you do in this Chrome Yellow.
Well, we've got a few products. It started out with the idea of we decided to get a book lot, where we just get a lot of random books where we paid a low price for it. And we decided to do this right here, which is we got the year it was written, the genre, and a short description. We call this blind date with a book because you should never judge a book by its cover. So the curiosity should draw you to wanting one of these for only $5. You know, if you're a big reader. Here's another example we got right here. There you go. Yeah. And then if you want to show them those, you can.
And then we got these little journals, these book page journals. We just cut down a book page to size and glue it on here and put whatever picture you want. We do customs, everything. Got a Paps one, here's a Bowie one. And then just some miscellaneous ones that don't really have a basis, just some things we put together.
Yeah.
An equality one. It's just all handmade crafts. It's fun to do. It's local. Everybody should shop local, in my opinion. So it's going pretty good. It's great, I think.
Yeah.
Those are very unique. I haven't seen things packaged like that, or you taking the ideas of putting book pages and images on the front of journals. That's so cool.
Yeah, thank you. It's all just like the aesthetic to it. You know what I mean? We could just sell journals with images on it, but just because I like to read so much, and I think it just has a nice look to it with the words on it.
Yeah.
The other product we have is this is probably our most popular product. It's the vintage book page prints, in which most of our business comes from doing customs of these. But right here are just a few of our stock prints we have. This right here is a Jimi Hendrix one. Very cool. I like how the entire page is yellow. We just started doing that recently. And then next, we've got the Beatles right here. Again, one I'm pretty proud of.
So is there any significance to what's printed on the page?
Oh, with the stock ones,
The
it's
book?
usually our. Oh no, there isn't. It's usually just random. If somebody requests, I want one that's. I don't know. If somebody make a request, we can try to work that out. But usually, it's just nonsense.
Yeah,
It's just
completely random.
Yeah, book out of a random page.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's
No,
mostly
like
just
you're
for the
putting like
aesthetic.
Black Sabbath on a Bible page or anything.
No. If it was requested.
If it was requested.
Yeah.
then-
Oh, I hit my mic. Whoops.
We did an NWA one, which I put on from a sociology book on cultural and social change.
Oh,
Just
okay.
because it just happened to come out
Right.
that way, so that one was
That
pretty
works
good.
out.
And so you saw those two. Those are some big influences for me. But then we do things for all different demographics. So like Trenton made this one right here with Marilyn Monroe on it, her signature.
Oh, that's very
For all you women out there, fans of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. Or
Well, if there's
men.
more
Or
guys
Or
fans,
men.
I'm
Or-
a big fan of Marilyn.
Yeah, it's like.
But even when we do things that are for other demographics that maybe we wouldn't personally buy, we still like to make it so that we like the way it looks. We're not going to make something that we don't actually think, if we did like it, we wouldn't buy. So everything has to, yeah.
Like, even if I'm not a fan of Marilyn Monroe, I would purchase this because it all goes together really well and looks nice. So
Yeah,
it's
you can respect the craft.
Right.
Yeah. And then this right here is, this one, I feel like this one will sell pretty well. We've sold one of them already. It's the,
State
Ohio.
of Ohio?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
So yeah, I think that one's pretty cool.
Just kidding.
And the last thing we brought for you is the book safes. These haven't been selling too well until recently, and then we sold some of them. So hopefully they keep on picking up. It's these are our book safes. So if you got jewelry or money, a gun, if we can make a big enough one, anything you want, any valuable, you just put it right on your bookshelf and it blends right in. Anybody you don't want to find, whatever you're hiding, there you go. It's a pretty hide in plain sight type of thing.
And
Very
don't label
cool.
it diary, because that's the first thing anybody would grabs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Make it something that, nobody wants to read.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Something on physics or economics or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I know people can go to your website and purchase things through your website. Is that right? With
Not yet. We haven't
Not
set up
yet?
an actual online store with e-commerce yet, where you either pay through PayPal or anything like that. We haven't done that just yet. But right now it's mostly local.
Okay.
So if somebody in California wanted to buy something, we'd have to tell them to just wait off because we don't have it yet. But right now, if you go to our social media like Facebook or Instagram, or if you email us, which all of these links are also on our website, and everything is at Crome Yellow Books. You can go on there and you can message us or comment and ask for a custom, ask for prices, ask for more images of other stock items we have, and we'll make it for you or we'll get it ready for you. And yeah, so it's mostly just like a face-to-face meetup kind of exchange or pickup.
Okay. Do you think you might carry these in the shop, the artisan shop?
We're thinking about
Possibly?
it right now. It's still,
Or
you know,
you might set up like with the artisan market, possibly?
yeah, we do that in the market for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
that
right now, if you want to tell them about,
We're looking to get an Athens location right now. It's in the works still, business negotiations going on. But we're looking to get an Athens location for anybody going up there for college or whatever it may be. We'll be up there possibly on Stimson Street. Like I said, it's still in the works, so that should be coming soon. Within the year, I assume. It'll be done and we'll be up there. But we'd also like to have a Gallia location as well, since this is kind of where our base is, where we came out of. So so it'd be great to be in the artisan shop as well as being up there, to give people two locations they can come and get our products from.
That would be, we'd love to have that, your products in the shop for sure.
Yeah.
But Athens, that's exciting.
Yeah, and Athens is really a good spot for us. It's kind of our ideal demographic, what we've been looking for, as well as Galplis and Rio Grande. But Athens is a little more our speed, so we're going to try to go up there and get some things going with that.
I'm sure you guys will do very well in all locations.
Hopefully, thank you. That's the plan.
Of course. Wow, that's
So
very
how would
cool.
you cut a book?
oh, for the book safe,
Yeah.
Ooh.
hours of work. Yeah, hours of hard work. It's not that hard. It's just tedious, honestly. You just take a razor blade and, well, I can't tell you exactly how we do it, can I?
Yeah.
Because then you can go home and do it yourself and you don't need us anymore.
Yeah, then
That's
no worry about it.
right.
I have yet to make one. I'm kind of.
I wasn't sure if you had a machine that.
I wish. That would be awesome. One day when we get all the ends figured out, definitely.
But the way you're doing it now is
By
the way
hand.
you're
By hand.
yeah,
Completely by
see
hand.
now that's the cool part.
Yeah.
Because if you start getting like mass production
No, yeah.
machines and stuff, then it's
loses
like
its
not
touch.
artisan-ish.
Yeah, we want everything to be made by hand, but to look factory made, where it looks that
Yes.
professional, but
Yes.
still has that touch of knowing that somebody did it with their bare hands.
And looking closely at it is very professional and great ideas. Great
Thank you.
ideas. You're welcome.
So you get these things all secondhand?
Like the books and such.
Yeah, the books, the frames, all this.
No, the frames we buy ourselves.
So they're new?
Yes.
Okay.
And the frames are always included with whenever you purchase print. Yeah, and most of the books we've used are donated or purchased through lots. Yeah, and then all
Okay.
of these are brand new.
I wasn't sure if there's, I think they call it upcycling,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like a recycling. You take something old and maybe something somebody might throw out and then make something else of it that,
Yeah, yeah.
give it
that's-
new life.
I would say
Repurpose.
this would be our upcycling item then, would be the book safe. Because that is secondhand item that we turn into something that, has a different use.
Anything
Yes.
new coming up the road, you think?
We're in the works with some ideas right now.
Throw
We'd like
ideas all the time.
We'd like to do some clothing, like
definitely.
go through thrift stores and find clothing that we would wear ourselves, like name brand items, purchase those, and then bring them into our store and resell them to people. So that might be coming in the near future. It just depends on.
As well as Chrome Yellow merchandise type shirts, yeah.
Yeah, as well as.
I saw a thing on Today's Show. I don't know if it was maybe it was yesterday, where people were doing that, and there's an app. I can't remember what the app was, but there's an app where you can search different people's stores and buy vintage clothing, things that they found that
Cool.
kind of fit a certain demographic or a purpose.
Yeah, yeah. It's very cool. I mean, ideally, we're gonna be selling all kinds of stuff, anything that influences us, anything that we ourselves enjoy, that also others do. And so, I mean, in a perfect world, eventually we'd be selling vinyl records, and we'd be selling everything, books, all that stuff.
Are you all collaborating on something musical? Or
No. We haven't at this point. We have real different styles.
Yeah,
so.
way different style. See, I'm more of a hip hop guy.
Yeah.
He's more of a
Whatever.
folk,
Yeah.
bluegrass style.
Hopefully. That's what I try to lean
So-
towards.
We could make something happen.
Yeah,
You
bluegrass
could.
rap.
It could be the next big thing, new fad.
Yes, absolutely. Then you could, accustomed to all kinds of genres and
Yeah.
people and populations and all those words.
Like death metal banjo or something.
I've seen there's a video on YouTube of somebody doing a crazy Slayer cover on a banjo.
Okay.
Pretty crazy, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's only limited by your imagination.
Yeah. I recently got a banjo lately, which is a ukulele banjo. It's really cool.
Is that bigger or just more strings or
Exact-
what?
Oh, well, no, it's the exact same size, 4 strings, but it's got a, snare as the body, and it sounds like a banjo and a ukulele had a baby, without a doubt.
It really does.
So it's shorter, like a uke?
Yeah, it's the same size as a soprano ukulele, which I would prefer. I mean, they have bigger ones, but it's more money. So, yeah. It's really cool, though. It's definitely has a whole new sound to it.
So it's
Yeah. It's like if we were in a
I gotta
Hawaiian
look up
swamp,
that stuff.
I guess.
That's awesome.
So do you play in performance settings?
No, not really.
Do
I mean,
you
eventually-
do covers or anything, or
Yeah, I do some covers sometimes, and I write my own stuff sometimes, but it's just for fun, really.
do you sing?
Yeah. I mean, not well, but I sing.
And
Yeah, we all
Everybody
sing in the
can
car.
sing, yeah.
he plays a mean kazoo on
Uh-oh.
her, yes. Well,
How
we'll
about
have
you?
to have
Do you
you
perform?
come perform.
Yeah, I've done quite a few shows in Athens, in the Athens area. Never really came down here and done much because there's not really much of a hip hop scene down here, which I would like to create myself. But
They like it. I
Yeah.
know that when
Yeah.
when I go to dances and different things,
yeah,
that's what they play. That's what they like.
I would like to get down here and do some shows and stuff, but I've just got more connections in Athens, so it's a lot easier for me to get things done up there. But yeah, I do some shows up there. I'm kind of off right now. I'm actually working on an album. Hopefully we'll be out by 2018. Keep watching for that. But yeah, I try to stay relevant everywhere.
What's your subject matter?
I try to keep it pertaining to my life, things I do, things that I know, things I've been through. I try to keep it somewhat cleaner for all demographics. So
I appreciate that.
yeah, so anybody can listen to it and kind of relate. So.
That's great.
But don't get me wrong. I also have some music that I do for myself. Just
A little more edgy?
yeah, just to have a good time on. Everybody's got to cut loose sometimes, and that's more of the tracks that I just kind of.
So would this be more like relationship type of things, or
I just
Yeah,
having a good time type songs.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of everything. Like there's a little bit of relationship songs and more or less just things that I've had to overcome through my experiences and growing up down here and stuff like that. Coming from a small town with really nothing to do but go get yourself in trouble pretty much, and I try to reflect that through my music and basically try to keep kids that are listening to it from not just falling in the same cycle that basically every adolescent from Gallia goes through. Just basically getting stuck here and not really being able to climb out of that.
So what's your words of wisdom? If you could boil down some of those things that's in your music.
Go experience other surrounding areas. Even if you can't go far, go somewhere. Go somewhere and experience other cultures, other areas, other cities, and experience how they live there, and just find home, basically, is my words of wisdom.
Don't get stuck.
Right.
Yeah, I did that. I went in the military.
So you got to go everywhere.
Yeah,
pretty
well,
much.
not everywhere, but D.C., Denver, so seeing the West and city life, and then Germany for 3 years, so I got to see a few countries in Europe.
That's great. I would love to do that. I would love to travel like that.
I think you'd be qualified probably.
Hey, sign me up.
Yeah, good line.
Have to get a haircut.
Hey,
There's no
I don't
way.
know if I can do that just yet.
What about you, Nathaniel?
I'm definitely not going to the military.
Oh. Where you, like, so Trenton's working on an album, and you guys are doing this together. What about you otherwise?
I mean, I try to write as often as possible because my biggest aspiration is to be a writer for sure. But
What would you write about? What do you like writing about?
right now I just write short stories and prose, an occasional poem. But eventually, I mean, I'd like to. There's so many options that would make me happy. You know, there's not really. I guess my dream job would be to be a novelist, obviously, or a journalist, and I could write anything. I just like to write. So if I had a job where I got to listen to people tell their stories and me put it into you know, beautiful words, then I'd do that for sure. Or if just use my own imagination, that'd be great. But yeah, right now I just try to write as much as possible because, yeah, the more you practice, that kind of thing.
It's good therapy too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
It's
relaxing.
like art, and
Oh,
being
yeah.
creative is good.
Definitely. If you're ever upset and you don't know how to put it, and you don't know how to make yourself feel better, put it into words on a piece of paper and you'll immediately feel better. It's, well, it works with me at least.
Yeah.
I'm more of a visual artist, so I don't do the poems and things. It's
Yeah.
just not my field. I'm more visual.
Okay.
But-
What kind of art do you do yourself?
Photography and video. I've painted, drawn, just everything. I
Pretty cool.
haven't like sculpted anything, but it's all 2D.
Right. It's cool.
So, with what you're writing, is it anything that you would put a lyric? Since you do like.
I mean, I've tried, but there's just a whole different flow to the way that I mean, writing itself, even if you're writing a short story, there's still a flow to it. There's still like it's hard to explain.
Like
It's
a cadence.
And then, but with lyrics, it's more of an obvious flow. You know what I mean? And so I've tried to put like small poetry, which I'm not a poet, so don't, I just write poems every once in a while. But
Right.
for the ones I have, I've tried to put music to it. And if I've done it once or twice, but I'd had to rewrite a lot of stuff to make it fit with the sound. So it's not something I usually do, not something I even prefer to do. If I'm going to write a song, I sit down and write a song. If I'm going to write a poem, if I'm going to write a short story, I sit down and write that.
For one thing that I've found out early on from doing video, and I do weddings and all sorts of different things with video, is everyone has a story. You might see a person and judge them kind of what you were saying, book by its cover, but that's all you got to go by. But when you sit down and talk to the person, you really find out their struggles. Everybody has a story and things that they'd had to overcome, and it's always interesting to talk to people in depth about their life.
Yeah. It's really cool.
All right. So thanks for being on.
Thank you so
Yes, thank you for having
much,
us,
and the best of luck to you
So
guys.
what's the website again?
It's going to be www.chromeyellow.ga. Instead of .com, it's just .ga because it's a free domain. I think it works well since we're from Gaia. It's pretty
Oh, okay.
memorable. Yep,
And again, that's Crome, C-R-O-M-E,
Right.
yellow.
And then if you really want to get in touch or see more of our products, I would advise you to go on our Instagram. That's going to be at Crome Yellow Books or Instagram.com/Crome Yellow Books. And our Facebook page is Facebook.com/Crome Yellow Books.
Okay.
Great.
So it should be pretty easy to find.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on,
Yes,
and
thank you.
you all for watching. And we'll see you on next month on Exposition.